Welcome Ravens, hope you are all well. Welcome back if you are a regular, and if you're not, welcome to insanity. This is all this channel is, just a bit of waffling and a bit of insanity. But I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Yes, you will have seen this look, maybe not quite this look, but certainly this wig and this dress and this makeup in a previous video. And I wanted to keep this together for this video because it kind of makes a point, in my eyes anyway. Back when I started my social media in full, I did a couple of plus size clinics, and one of the questions that came out of it was around dressing your age, and how should I dress going into my 40s. And my answer to that is however the hell you want to. We are currently in the UK kind of all reeling from a news story. So video is been filmed a few weeks before it's actually going out. But there is a news story very much in the forefront at the moment about a young lady who walked home from her friend's house, you know, late-ish in the evening, and was attacked, and very fortunately she was found dead. Extremely sad that in this day and age this sort of thing is still happening, but of course it is now brought around all the social media posts of, oh, it's not what she wears, she's not asking for it, blah blah blah. Too damn right. It is not about what you wear. You're not asking for it if you're in jeans and a fleece top. You're not asking for it if you're in a mini skirt and corset. All you're asking for is to be left alone and go about your own life your own way. But that's not what this video is about. And much as I would love to talk about that, I'm not going to. Because it's all kind of in the media at the moment, and I've seen a few posts that have really annoyed me, and I don't want to get into a kind of off the track of where this one's going, because believe me, this is the third or fourth time I've tried to do this video, and every time it's very much gotten off track. So I'm going to try and stay on track and get into it. So, being a female in my early to mid 40s, my style has changed. I've already changed from being in my 30s to being in my 40s. I've changed from my 20s to my 30s to my 40s, and I've changed from my teenage years right the way through. And I covered this kind of in my style evolution video that I believe came out in February. And this kind of goes on from that. Now, I'm currently 43, and I'm sat here wearing a very long synthetic purple wig with deadhead moth clips and a Killstar dress. Do I care? No. Do I care if other people don't like it? No. Do I feel good in it? Yeah, I do. I think this wig is fabulous and I absolutely love it. And if I ever grow my hair long again, maybe this is the colour I will dye it. Who knows? But I wanted to talk around appropriateness. And I don't mean that in the way of being a bit of a prude or in any way, shape or form. I am not. But I think when we're choosing outfits, when we do get into our later years in life, we need to think about, and not necessarily just in later years, I think we just need to look at our outfits and know to ourselves that one, we're being true to who we want to be and the fashions we want to follow, but that we are also being appropriate for the event or the day that we have ahead. So for example, if you were an average Joe on the street and female and going to a funeral, would it be appropriate to wear a micro mini skirt? Probably not. If you were a biker chick and you've been in that scene for many, many years, and you went to a funeral in a miniskirt, it would probably be absolutely fine because of the different culture. If you were a metalhead going to a gig, dressed head to toe in chains and denim and band shirts, absolutely fine. If you worked as a mortgage advisor and were a metalhead and wore that to work, probably not going to be seen in the same way as somebody who wore a a shirt and tie. I'm breaking the teeth in again, I apologise. So it's about being true to yourself, but also being appropriate. Now, there's many ways to be appropriate. You know, I've talked about in my corporate goth videos around making sure that blouses aren't too low cut and making sure that skirts aren't too short, that you can move in your outfits for the job that you do. But when we're talking about age versus dressing how you want, there comes a point in life when you just don't care anymore. I mean, I care less now about what people think of me. So if I were to go to Tesco's and do the shopping and wear this, I would, and I wouldn't care less. I would probably get lots of strange looks. And although I've not worn this particular outfit to Tesco's, I have worn a very gothic outfit to Tesco's and I've had some extremely strange looks. And yeah, at the time it's probably a little bit, uncomfortable. But I don't feel I'm being untruthful to myself, and I don't feel like I'm being inappropriate, and I don't feel like it's disgraceful to my age. You know, I'm an alternative person. If I want to wear wigs and lace dresses and flouncy skirts, I'm going to wear it. But again, it's around, I suppose, how confident you are. Are you confident enough to wear and know that people are going to stare at you? I know I'm going to get stared at by kids if I wear a wig down Tesco's. Don't really care. I can go out in town and I can get stared at by, you know, the kind of 50 to 75 range women who look at me and go, shouldn't be dressing like that at your age. Leave that for the kids. I don't care. I'm not a kid. I'm old enough to make my own choices. And if this is how I want to dress, this is how I will dress. As long as, and this is just my opinion, so bear in mind again, all this is just my thoughts, my opinions. I'm not impressing anything on anybody. However, I would say as we get older, I think we do need to look around how we accessorise and dress things up. I think we have to be a little bit careful on lengths of skirts. For example, I would not go out in a short skirt without thick tights or leggings. I popped out yesterday in a dress that's not much longer than the one I've got on now, and we all know Killstar dresses are pretty much exceptionally short, but I make sure that I wear shorts, so at least if I do bend over or the wind blows, I have shorts on underneath. So for me, I'm being appropriate for my age. If I was a youngster and I didn't care, then, you know, maybe I wouldn't, but I'm not. So for me, I need to feel like I'm covered. Again, that's just who I am. But when we're talking about age and how people think we should dress, it was quite funny that I was kind of talking around this previously and somebody mentioned on one of my videos, what is it, by the time we hit 40 we're all meant to wear long johns and bloomers. And I thought about it, it just made me laugh. You know, that's kind of what people think. You know, you hit 45 and you can only wear beige, or you can only wear slacks from Marks and Spencer's. It's not true. As long as you are comfortable in what you're wearing, you feel that you are true to who you are, and you're wearing it in such a way that it doesn't look too young. I mean, you know, we've all heard of the phrase mutton dressed as lamb. None of us was used to be, you know, described like that. So I think as long as we're confident in how we look, we're being true to how we want to look, I think you can wear whatever the hell you want. Again, I would say be appropriate. Just be aware you don't want to be turning up in a corset and, you know, everything on show to a kid's Christmas party. Well, maybe you do, but just think about your audience. The other thing I would say, again from a personal opinion, is don't make fun of other people and what they wear. Just don't do it. I have friends who are male, married, wear dresses because they like it. They find it more comfortable when they're working. I know people who are completely transgender. I know people who are female and just like to wear jeans all the time because that's what they're comfortable in. They don't want to wear skirts. They don't want to wear dresses. It's not them. You know, we live in an era now where we are becoming more aware of different genders, non-binary, different types of people and who want to dress how they want to dress. And we should be coming into an age of acceptance. And I hope we are. I hope we're coming into that age where everyone can just be who they want to be without being ridiculed or bullied. However, there's always a but, isn't there? Mine's big, but I would say this. If you are wearing something purely with the intent to offend or upset or annoy, I suppose, a particular group of people or person, you are wearing your outfit for the wrong reason. If you, let's take this look for example. So my look today isn't, but is based on the kind of Lolita look. I know it's not. I can't get into the Lolita dresses. I wish I could. But the big hoop skirts, they just don't look right on me. Now, I love the Lolita look. I think the Gothic Lolita is beautiful. It's not something I can wear. So I do my own kind of take on it. And this is me at the moment. This is kind of what I'm liking. The Victoriana into the Lolita. It's my kind of new venture. It'll work or it won't. We'll see. We'll see what goes. But if somebody doesn't like it, that's fine. They can have their opinion. They can say, no, I don't like that. I don't like that on you. I've got a friend who went, no, don't like the wig on you. It's not you. You just have to wear black. That's you. You don't wear colour. That's fine. They don't have to like it. I'm not going to be offended because they don't like it. I'm also not going to stop wearing it because they don't like it. But if I knew that wearing this wig to Tesco would purposely annoy a vast majority of the people that were going to be in there, and I did it anyway, and the only reason I was wearing it was to annoy that group of people, not because I wanted to, not because I love it, not because I like it, but because it was to annoy somebody else, that's not the right reason. That's just being an arsehole. I'm sorry. But if you want to have 12-inch spikes on your head and a mohawk and wear pink tartan trousers and chains and a leather jacket, do it. Do it. Be yourself. Express yourself in any way you want to. But if you're wearing that home with the sole purpose to piss off your parents and no other reason, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're not doing it because that's who you are. You're doing it for an effect. And that's wrong. Fashion is fun. Fashion should always be fun. I watched a documentary a few years ago now about a group of, well, they weren't a group, they didn't even know each other, but it was about 70 to 90-year-old women who had made a name for themselves in their communities because of the things they wore. And one of the ladies never wore anything dull. Her whole wardrobe was primary colours, reds and yellows and greens and blues, and then she had bright pinks, and she would wear the brightest thing she could every single day because it made her happy. She didn't wear it to annoy the kids on the street. She didn't wear it to piss off her husband. She didn't wear it because she knew her family wouldn't like it. She didn't wear it because Betty down the corner shop thought she was crazy. She wore it to make herself happy. And she said, if I wear any other colour, I feel dull. That's the reason to have fun with fashion. That's the reason to go out there and go, I'm going to wear whatever I want. I wear black all the time. This is the most colour you will see on my outfits. This, for me, is very colourful. I wear black pretty much 24/7 and have done for many, many years. I don't wear black to annoy others. I don't wear black to, you know, anger people at work. They don't care what colour I wear at work. I don't wear black to, you know, annoy the person down the chip shop or down the post office. I wear black because I want to. I wear black because that's where I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable in colour. I'm not comfortable in prints and patterns. I'm not comfortable in florals or anything like that. I like plain black or a little bit of lace, a little bit of detail. So if you are getting a bit older, if you've lost your way with fashion, go back and have fun with it. Go back and do all the things that make you feel happy. Wear what you want to wear. If you want to start wearing wigs, there's a lovely lady I chat to. I say lady, I do assume. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. But there's someone on Instagram that I talk to who wears wigs every single day, and they wear them to work, they wear them out and about, they wear, you know, different coloured ones. I mean, they must have hundreds. From the pictures I've seen, they must own hundreds. And they do it because they enjoy it. They're not doing it to offend anybody. They're doing it because it's fun. And, you know, they're not particularly young either. I've got, you know, look at people like Heavy Metal Mama, who has her bright red hair. She's not doing that to offend anyone. She's doing it because she loves having bright red hair. These are all the reasons to do things for fun, to express yourself and be who you want to be. Just because you are in your 40s or in your 50s or in your 60s or even your 80s, you don't have to wander around in, you know, something from Marks and Spencer's with a beige cardigan looking all drab and dull, if what you really want to do is dye your hair bright blue and wear a tartan dress. If that's what you want to do, get out there and do it. As long as you're doing it for you and not because you want to go out and have everybody talking about you, but in the wrong way. Go out and have people talking about you for the right reasons. If they want to think you're a little bit crazy, then who cares? At least you're having fun with your outfits. All again I would say about it is make sure you're appropriate for what you want to do and where you're going and what you want to be. Think about your audience, and when I mean your audience, I mean people at work. Think about the event you're going to. Is it your grandchild's graduation? Do you really want to turn up to you know, your daughter's graduation or your son's graduation and have everyone talking about you rather than talking about them? So you can still be yourself without having to be over the top. Now today, obviously, I have worn this beautiful wig. It is a new wig. I also have another one that you will see, which is slightly more pink on one side and more blue on the other, and it's so cool. I've also bought another long black one that I can wear. I've got one that's kind of brown. Oh, excuse me, brown into pink. And I'll be wearing them through different videos, different events, just to have a bit of fun. But I won't be wearing it to work. I've got one for work, my black one. I might wear that one to work. I probably won't wear this one to work, although it would be a laugh. Maybe I might. Maybe I might, see if anyone even notices. But if I'm wearing a wig, I'm wearing it for me. I'm not wearing it for effect. I'm not wearing it for pleasing anybody else. I'm doing it for me. I'm having fun with my fashion choices. Just because we get older, we don't have to be boring. We don't have to go into the greys and the beiges and the low heels. My God, if I could still wear heels, I would. And if you can still wear heels at 60, good on you, you go for it. But just make sure you don't go over the top. There are ways of slightly toning it back but still being yourself. You don't have to wear all the makeup. We know aging skin can be a pain with makeup, but it doesn't mean to say you have to plaster on everything to have the effect. You can do things subtly, you can do things a little bit more tailored back just to be appropriate for what you're doing. Apologies that I keep changing colour, by the way. The light's fading and my ring light, I can't find the power switch for it. Another thing I've lost. So where were we? I don't think when we get older we have to suddenly change who we are. I think there's ways of being yourself and wearing what you want to, as long as, again, you're not doing it to offend other people, because that's just a dick move. And that you are appropriate for the event that you're going to. It's a bit like anything, really. You wouldn't turn up at your daughter's wedding dressed inappropriately, you know, in a corset and basque, unless it was that kind of wedding. You would find yourself a nice dress. But it doesn't mean to say you need to change your hair colour. If you've got bright pink hair, you've got bright pink hair. Go for it. We also hit an age when we get into our 40s where we just don't care what other people think. You kind of have that epiphany that life is a little bit too short to worry about what others think of you. So you start wearing a little bit more what you want and going a little bit more daring. And maybe you've had to tone it down because, you know, in your teenage years and your early 20s, this was the sort of thing you wore and that's what you loved. But then you had kids and you felt you needed to tone it down. And now they're grown up, so you want to go back to it. Have fun with your fashion. Do wear all those things that you want to wear. Just keep it appropriate. You know, don't go out there to cause offence, because, again, it's just a dick move. So I hope this hasn't been too much of a waffle and it's kind of made sense. Like I said, this is probably the third or fourth time I've tried to record this video. And every time I've ended up just either losing the will with what I want to say or feeling that I'm going to offend somebody with my thoughts and opinions. Wear what you want. Be who you want to be. Fashion is just self-expression. Fashion should be fun. Fashion shouldn't be something that, you know, you hit a certain age and forget about. Go out with a bang. And remember, just don't offend anybody on purpose. Just be you. So I'm going to leave it there before I get too waffly. I'm losing the light. I need to go and find the power for my ring light so as I can do some more filming. But until then, I hope this video was okay. I will do a podcast on it where I'll actually get my thoughts down on paper and probably make a little bit more sense. But until then, as always, mwah, my beautiful ravens, just do you.